Hey guys, QuickyBaby here, bringing you a 7.4 World of Tanks test server preview of a new game mode, which is called Assault. And Assault is very much like the original World of Tank, where teams spawn opposite each other. However, in different locations as to what you're accustomed to. You might be looking at the Malinovka map and freaking out right about now. As you can see, they're spawning on opposite corners of the map as to what you're used to. Now you can see that only one team has a white flag in a red circle near them. That means that the team that I'm on, the green team, are attacking and the red team are defending that white flag. So our objective to win the game is to either kill all of the enemy or we have to go and cap the white flag. It's interesting because obviously their team can only win by either defending for the 15 minutes or killing us all. So I think this is going to make draws very much less likely. However, what I've found after playing about a couple of hundred games on the test server and probably about 50 or 100 in Assault, that I think the attacking team generally wins at the moment. Maybe that's because of the confusion of the defending team, while the attacking team seems to just zerg forwards. And quite often people don't defend their flanks and all of the artillery focus on targets. They pop up one by one. Whereas with the attacking team, they're usually quite clustered up for some reason. So I'm playing a tier 7 French artillery now, and we're about to shoot that IS-4. We hit him flush, but we only did 278 damage. This is the nature of the new French artillery. They've got rapid rate of fire and they're accurate, but with low damage against highly armoured targets such as that IS-4. So now I'm going to show you some of the other assault maps. Here we see Ellenberg. You've got to defend on one side of the river. It creates a great choke point. Here we see Karelia. It's very interesting, Karelia. You can watch my FOC gameplay to see another side of it. Malinovka, which I'm currently playing, as you can see. Pororovka, which is very interesting with the ridge line in the middle and being able to hide from either side and the teams having to attack the hill. Sand River, which is very interesting with artillery trying to flee all the way up into the northeast corner to get good shots with counter battery. Siegfried Line map, where 4 different spawn locations for the attacking team and then the defending team have to hold the city. It's very interesting. And Westfield, where the team has to defend the hill, the medium hill so to say, and the attacking team has to descend through the village, down the slope, and try and assault their base. So here we can see the counter-battery nature of the French tanks. The high rate of fire means that counter-battering, you've got more than enough if you hit them to still kill them with their low armor. With the low penetration of these French guns. However, the higher rate of fire means that you can really afford to try and counter-battery. It's not such a large investment if you miss. So here we can see now that we're pushing the north flank, and we're trying to seem to be holding the south flank. We've got a few heavies dug in around the city. And I'm just trying to whittle down these tanks. That's the kind of average damage that you're going to be doing in French artillery. Until you get to, say, the bat chat where you'll have a little bit more damage. Going to be doing at about 200 to 500 heavy tanks for direct hits. And the splash radius on the tanks is less than other artillery. However, now you're really going to see why this Lorraine is a bit of a beast. We're up to 60 kilometers an hour, whizzing along with very fast acceleration. This thing out-drags a pattern. So the relocation is just completely rapid for this Lorraine. It's very interesting as well that the bat chat is actually slower than the Lorraine. It's got less engine to weight ratio, although it's got higher top speed. That's the Batchat, the new tier 8 Batchat artillery. of which I've got another video up, so if you're interested in seeing what an autoloader on a French artillery looks like, please check that video out. So here we can see that the opposite team, who are meant to be defending their base, have really pushed the other flank. And even though we're slightly outnumbered here by 2 tanks, we're nearly in their base now, and it looks like most of them have decided to come to try and kill our artillery. Fortunately hitting the fence in front of the AMX there. The low splash means that unless you directly hit in one of these French targets, you're not really going to be doing a huge amount of damage. But with the rate of fire being so high, you get a lot more opportunities to get those direct hits. It's almost not worth trying to shoot those Lorraines as they're bombing it around at 60. Especially downhill, they could weave just like what a Batchat or a T-52 could do, really. So here we see that we're significantly down on tanks now. However, we've got their base. Seems like our enemy were very foolish. They've decided to come after and attack us, leaving their base open. Here you can see I took a very large hit, which was probably from that IS that we were just shooting on the other side. Look how fast this Lorraine can relocate for a tier 7 artillery. There isn't a tank on their team that can catch me apart from their Lorraines. And there aren't many tanks in the game that can catch you, especially for your acceleration. So I think the Lorraine at tier 7 is a very interesting prospect for people who like to be mobile, maybe a bit more sneaky, not so much sit at the back and fire off these huge bombshells. Try and get your direct hits. And what's very interesting after playing through the whole of the French artillery line is at the end of the game, the mobility and the speed that you can have. You can be quite a little destructive force in getting kills off. Especially the Batchat with its 4-round autoloader. You can play it basically like a regular tank with an autoloader. Of course, you can have very much less health and no sniper mode for your direct fire. So here we can see that the enemy seem to be nowhere to be seen. They're probably trying to pour into our base, and it's too late for them to come back now. And we've turned the tables and we're effectively defending their base from them. I thought this was quite funny, that I was able to basically go around half the map and manage to sneak in and get the cap off. So I really like the extra game modes. The Assault really adds variety into World of Tanks, and it makes you think about it in a different way. I think that when this goes live and everyone gets to play it, and people start to learn how to play the Assault, I think it's really going to be a fantastic game type, and I really look forward to checking it out. So thanks a lot for watching my video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you liked it and you found it to be helpful, please give it a like at the bottom. And if you feel so inclined, feel free to subscribe to the channel, and I'll be bringing you new content as regularly as I can. So I've got a lot of 7.4 videos out. Check them out at the moment. So good luck on the battlefield, guys, and I'll catch you later.